What up? What's going on today, my friend? Whew, just getting out of my walk, my little hikey hike. It's what, day 89, my friends, day 89. It's like 69, but 20 more. But just want to touch base with everybody and say, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's actually pretty damn warm out. I got 3 shirts on. I had only one hoodie, a thin hoodie, and I'm still sweating. I have this setting on my phone where you can hit it so that your phone can't use your camera, your speaker, anything, right? It can't track you. And so I just did fucking 5-mile hike with that on. I forgot that I had turned it on this morning for some reason. So I get all the way around 3 times, right? And then I look at my step counter. It says 230 steps. That's how many steps I got before I turned the fucking thing on at the house. So whatever. I know I did it. But man, it's gonna mess, because it goes through, right? And it counts up how many steps you took in a month. And I'm trying to top last month, which was like just under 400,000 steps, like 383,000 steps or whatever, you know what I mean? And whatever that mileage is. But anyway, so that kind of bummed me out. I was like, God damn it. But then I'm like, don't let it ruin your day. You're good. Just make a note in the tracker, hey, tracker was off, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I'm still out here doing it, still making it happen, I'm heading to the house now, going into the shop. I had a really good day yesterday, and it was busy and had some great conversations. One of my clients came in. He's a Vietnam vet, and I just met him last week. I cut his hair, and I'm like, hey, I do free cuts for veterans on Veterans Day. Well, really the week of Veterans Day, the week that Veterans Day is on, I'll cut any veteran's hair for free. And he's like, well, I don't want anything for free. And a lot of them are like that, but I'm like, you can just tip, man, don't worry about it, but the haircut's free. He's like, all right. So he comes in yesterday, and he's got this big box. He's like, hey, man, because I got all kinds of collectibles and oddities at my shop. And he brings me this ginormous freaking cow skull with the bottom jaw and everything. I mean, it's dusty. It was in his basement for a while. But I'm going to clean it up, and it's great. It's awesome. And I was like, wow, really? He's like, yeah, I was just cleaning out my basement. I got some weird shit, and, I was in here, and see, you got a bunch of weird shit, so I wanted to hook you up. So I was like, oh, man, that's so nice. That happens a lot. The guy next door at the comic book store, he brought me in social distortion action figure, the little skeleton guy with the drink and shit. So that's on my wall, and people bring me things here and there, and I still buy collectibles. But anyway, it was just a very nice gesture, and he and I had really good conversation. And, my dad was a Vietnam vet. My grandfather on my mother's side was a World War II veteran. So, I have a certain admiration and affinity for, vets, especially Vietnam, because if you're like my age, about, mid-50s, early to mid-50s, you grew up with a lot of men that were Vietnam vets, in your life. And a lot of them didn't live that long, I mean, my dad's been dead now for 6 years. But anyway, it was just nice. It was a very nice gesture, and I love situations like that, That's why I love being a barber. I talk to people a lot of times. The first stop from jail or rehab or whatever is my shop, And so I hook them up, and then I make a client, and sometimes I make a friend, and I can, they're kind of like feeling me out a little. So I kind of just qualify the things that I've been through, and, prison time and all that stuff, and crimes, and, being a junkie in my past and all that. And so that helps them to open up. And then, like, we have these deep conversations a lot, about recovery and hanging in there. And, sometimes they come in all beat up, and they're like, fuck, I fucked up. And, and I tell them, hey, dust yourself off, just start over again, and that's the thing, right? As long as you're still drawing breath, you can start over at any time. If your this morning was shitty, it doesn't have to be for the rest of the day. Like I said in the video yesterday, some people just like to be miserable, I choose to be happy today, I'm not always like, oh, everything's great, but it's definitely way better than it's ever been, except for maybe my youth. But back then, shit was fucked up. My household was a crack house, a shooting gallery, there was prostitution going on in there, it was a high crime area. It was it was rough, you know. But I found solace and connectivity in Harvard Square with the punks and skins and everybody else who hung out there as well, you know. And that really changed my life in some positive ways. I still have very, very, you know, good thoughts about those days, and, you know, even with all the bullshit that was going on, you know. And sometimes, you know, we have to pull ourselves out of certain circumstances in order to see that there's a better life waiting for us on the other side. But yeah, folks, day 89. Change your mind, change your reality, right? It ain't that hard, right? Like I said before, you know, if you want the good life, you only have to change one thing, and that's everything about yourself. I'll talk to you later. Peace. Have a great day.